Bones aren't made of calcium. Bones are made of 12 trace minerals and 64 minor minerals.
Are you struggling with weak bones or recovering from a fracture? Maybe you've been told to take calcium supplements or even been diagnosed with osteoporosis. But what if I told you that the key to stronger, healthier bones might be sitting right in your kitchen right now? You'd probably think I'm joking, but stay with me. Dr. Barbara O'Neill, a respected naturopath with over 40 years of experience, has uncovered surprising truths about bone health, secrets that Big Pharma would rather keep under wraps. By the end of this video, you'll learn why relying on calcium supplements might actually do more harm than good, discover 4 common foods that leach essential minerals from your bones, and hear a shocking truth about sunlight that could change the way you think about bone health forever. So, put down those calcium pills and pay close attention. Your bones will thank you. But before we dive into Dr. O'Neill's insights, let's take a moment to understand just how big this problem really is. According to the International Osteoporosis Foundation, 1 in 3 women and 1 in 5 men over the age of 50 will experience an osteoporotic fracture at some point in their lives. That's staggering. In the United States alone, the National Osteoporosis Foundation estimates that around 10 million people currently have osteoporosis, and an additional 44 million have low bone mass, putting them at risk for the disease. And it's only getting worse. The World Health Organization predicts that by 2050, hip fractures will increase by 310% in men and 240% in women. If you're someone who is concerned about your long-term health or a loved one's, these numbers should make you pause. The way we live today, poor nutrition, lack of exercise, and over-reliance on pharmaceutical solutions is creating a perfect storm for bone diseases like osteoporosis. We often think that just taking calcium supplements will prevent or fix this. But as Dr. O'Neill points out, that this belief might be causing more harm than good. Let's address the elephant in the room, calcium supplements. Many people, maybe even you, have turned to calcium pills thinking they're the magic bullet for bone health. But here's the truth. According to Dr. O'Neill, the best thing you can do with those supplements is throw them in the trash. In fact, some studies suggest that calcium supplements might deplete more calcium from your bones than they provide. Dr. O'Neill references Dr. Robert Thompson, author of The Calcium Lie, who explains that calcium supplements in their synthetic form aren't something your body can properly absorb. This can lead to calcium deposits in places you don't want, like your arteries, increasing the risk of heart attacks and strokes. A study published in the British Medical Journal supports this, finding that calcium supplements were associated with an increased risk of cardiovascular disease. But why is this happening? Well, the truth is, your bones aren't made of just calcium. They require a combination of 12 trace minerals and 64 minor minerals for optimal health. When you take isolated calcium supplements, you're missing out on the critical balance your bones need. So, if calcium supplements aren't the answer, where can we find the right minerals for strong bones? Dr. O'Neill recommends turning to whole, unprocessed foods, especially vegetables. Dark, leafy greens like broccoli, kale, and bok choy are some of the best sources of not only calcium, but also magnesium and vitamin K, 2 other critical nutrients that your bones crave. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that diets high in green leafy vegetables were associated with greater bone mineral density. But it doesn't stop at vegetables. Another bone-boosting powerhouse Dr. O'Neill swears by are sesame seeds. These tiny seeds pack a serious nutritional punch. Not only are they rich in calcium, but they also contain zinc, a mineral essential for bone metabolism. Research published in the Journal of Nutritional Science and Vitaminology found that consuming sesame seeds can help prevent osteoporosis, especially in postmenopausal women. Another food on Dr. O'Neill's list? Chickpeas. Yes, the humble chickpea is rich in manganese, an essential mineral for bone formation. Studies have shown that a deficiency in manganese can lead to weaker bones and a higher risk of fractures. Incorporating these foods into your diet isn't hard. Try making a salad with dark leafy greens, sprinkle some sesame seeds on top, and add a handful of chickpeas for a nutritious, bone-strengthening meal. Simple changes like this can have a profound impact on your bone health over time, but diet alone isn't the full solution. Now, this next tip might surprise you. We've all heard that salt is bad for your health, right? But Dr. O'Neill recommends unrefined salts like Celtic salt or Himalayan salt, which contain a wide range of essential minerals, including calcium. Refined table salt, which is stripped of its minerals, doesn't offer the same benefits. How do you incorporate this type of salt into your routine?
The ultraviolet rays from the sun hit the skin and convert a form of cholesterol just under the skin to vitamin D. And vitamin D is essential in the assimilation of calcium and the utilization of calcium in the body.
We've all been told to get enough vitamin D for bone health, but did you know that the sun is your body's best source of it? Dr. O'Neill emphasizes that sunlight exposure is crucial for your bones because UVB rays from the sun trigger your skin to produce vitamin D, which is essential for calcium absorption. A study published in the Journal of Pharmacology and Pharmacotherapeutics supports this, showing that sunlight is the most effective way for your body to produce vitamin D. But it's not just about soaking up rays randomly. According to Dr. O'Neill, the key is to get regular controlled exposure. Aim for 10 to 30 minutes of midday sunlight on as much skin as possible, at least a few times a week. And here's the kicker. Skip the sunscreen during these sessions because it blocks the UVB rays necessary for vitamin D production. Of course, it's important not to overdo it. Always be mindful of sunburn and practice safe sun habits. Your bones need sunlight, but they don't need a sunburn.
Exercise strengthens bones. And the best exercise, the best bone strengthening exercise, the best muscle strengthening exercise is defying gravity.
While diet and sunlight are essential, exercise is just as important for bone health. But not just any exercise. Dr. O'Neill reveals that the best bone-strengthening exercise is one that works against gravity. And the simplest way to do that? Rebounding on a mini trampoline. It sounds fun, right? But it's also highly effective. Rebounding subjects your body to increased gravitational forces, which stimulate bone formation. A study in the Journal of Applied Physiology found that rebounding was twice as effective as running for building bone density. Dr. O'Neill recommends starting slowly, just a gentle bounce for a few minutes a day. As you get stronger, you can increase the intensity. While adding nutrient-dense foods and healthy habits to your life is important, there are also foods you need to avoid to protect your bones. Dr. O'Neill warns against 4 major culprits that leach minerals from your bones. High caffeine intake has been shown to increase calcium excretion in urine, which can weaken your bones over time.
Rest is a very important part of life. Must be a balance between rest and work. Remember the perfect mathematical formula? 8 hours to work, 8 hours to play, 8 hours to sleep. But the bones need rest. They need to be fully rested and revived every night. And a lot of bones aren't getting that.
Sugar not only weakens bones, but also increases the risk of fractures. It causes your body to lose calcium and magnesium, 2 essential minerals for bone strength.
The refined sugar leaches especially the calcium and the magnesium.
Excessive alcohol consumption depletes your body of critical minerals and increases your risk of bone loss and fractures.
Is another leacher of minerals, and one of the reasons why the calcium is probably the one that is taken out more than any other is because it is the most alkaline mineral.
Smoking has long been associated with poor bone health, and new research shows that vaping is no better.
Tobacco is the other. It has apparently, it is estimated 4,000 chemicals in cigarette smoke, and sorry, vaping is no better. Vaping is, in some ways, it's even worse.
By cutting down on these bone-leaching substances, you can create an internal environment that supports stronger, healthier bones. Dr. O'Neill's approach offers a natural, holistic alternative to the conventional, pharmaceutical-driven methods for improving bone health. Instead of relying on calcium supplements, she emphasizes a combination of nutrient-rich foods like leafy greens, sesame seeds, and chickpeas, unrefined salts, sunlight exposure, and gravity-defying exercises like rebounding. And most importantly, she reminds us to avoid substances like caffeine, sugar, alcohol, and tobacco that can harm our bones. For more health hacks and tips from Dr. O'Neill, click on the video showing your screen right now. See you next time, Vitality Voyagers.